Hey, what's up, you guys? Ew! Oh, ew, ew. Ew, what is all that? Oh. Basketball Jones! I got a basketball Jones!
Kill it! Okay, here we go. Woo! It's a Bob! What's a Bob?
Fantastic.
Ah, blew his toe off.
Call him Bob.
Taking that toe.
Get out of my fucking game! Whose house? Mira's house. Bitch, I run this city. But only consensually. Girl, you know I'm gonna ask for permission.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the FewTrueGamers podcast. That's the wrong thing. Beowulf and Fate's Pyro are not here. Shit. I've already messed up the podcast. My name is Jacob BestintheRealm Hodder. I am joined as always by TrollBeard.
Howdy.
And BlackBeard Bob.
Hello.
Let's see if I can just fix this. There we go.
I'm glad we're off to a great start already.
Already, yep. This is why I want to troll host it. Yeah, and just so everyone knows, this may be my last podcast for a little while. The baby should be here any day now. So Troll is officially the host probably next week. So prepare yourselves for that.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
It may just be the two of us, which will make for a very interesting innuendo-y show.
I fucking can't wait. I am legitimately excited to hear that shit show.
It's gonna be nothing but terrible jokes.
It's like, hey, now that one of you guys are fathers, why are you making the worst dad jokes in town?
Yeah. Yeah,
I have no shame.
I almost, like, even if I'm available for that, I almost want to not do it.
Just kind of hang out in the background and see how it goes.
Yeah, if I could just sneak... No, I don't have to sneak in the chat. I can just watch it from my recliner. Be the best podcast ever. That's what I want to do tonight, but I was told no. Anyways, this is a video game podcast.
If you weren't aware.
Yeah, if you weren't aware. I want to see if this thing Bob says works. If it actually works the way he says it works.
I think it's slightly delayed, but I do know it works.
Okay. I just hope it works for me. We'll see. If not, oh well. We're going to do a podcast anyways. So, we're going to start with our weekly update. And my weekly update is, of course, Destiny. Christ, this is messed up too. Hold on. I didn't fix it. Nope, that's more broken.
You're really on the ball tonight.
Alright. We're just going to pretend like Fate's Pyro and Beowulf are here. They're here in spirit. Our new partners over at Stream On Nation. Go say hi to them. Go give them some love.
Yeah, this is we're taking a page out of Super Smash Bros. This is FewTrueGamers Spirit.
Spirits mode?
Yeah.
Absolutely. Okay.
With our powers combined.
So, the Dawning started this week, and I gotta say, it is so much fucking fun. So the whole thing is you're creating these baked goods in the oven that you see on the screen. You combine a common material and a rare material, and an essence you get from doing everything. And you combine them into a cake, or a shortbread, or a cookie, or whatever, and you go deliver them to the person. Like, Shax likes vanilla blades. So you go give him vanilla blades. He gives you a present that could be I think you can get legendaries. You can definitely get enhancements, mods, blue items. I think that's about it. But the fact that we can get enhancement cores and mods are a big deal. What? Ask your dumb question.
How unsettling the term Vex Milk was. Looking at the ingredient.
Oh no, yeah, you've been out of Destiny for a while. That's a running joke for sure.
I was just like, no.
Yeah,
I'm just imagining Bishop getting ripped in half an alien and all the android fluid flying everywhere. Yuck.
And there's also Cabal oil. Who knows what the hell that's been used for?
Well, they're just greasy dudes in suits. I mean, that one makes a little more sense.
So are you getting like the grease from the suit?
I mean, you pop the suit. How
look,
are you going to harvest the oil?
You can combine the milk with the spray.
Not my Vex milk
is out of
spray.
hand.
Yeah.
These jokes are supposed to wait till next week.
Yeah, right. So
and
basically,
electric flavor.
Yeah.
It's like when you look at 9-volt.
So basically, you create one of each of all of these things, and then that creates the masterworked oven. And instead of it requiring 15 essence of dawning, it requires 10. So you can make stuff a lot faster. I think you have to deliver 48 treats, and then in the meantime, you're working towards that awesome sparrow, which you get very quickly, because you have to upgrade it. That's where the grind comes in.
And there's the catch.
Yep. It's still awesome right off the bat. It looks amazing. It's fast and all that stuff. But you can upgrade it, and it will like drop little baskets of glimmer behind you so people can pick it up. Make it transmat faster. And I don't remember what the third upgrade is. I don't remember, but it's like 200 something things delivered to get the last upgrade. But it's actually very doable. Like if you're just playing the game, and I think it's going to last until January 1st. So if you're just playing the game, you could very easily get this completely upgraded. I'm already at like 70 something things delivered, I think. So yeah, I've made it quite a way through.
I think the sparrow is the only thing I want from this event. I don't even care if it's upgraded.
You get the machine gun right off the bat. Like, as soon as you start, Saval is like, here's a machine gun. So that's awesome. And it's a fantastic machine gun, by the way. You can just hip fire that fucker all day long.
Well,
so hold on. So when's Sweet Business going to become a machine gun?
That's a good question.
Because that's what it is.
Yeah. I don't know. What?
Get on.
Can I just say, as soon as you said you get a machine gun, I was like, did they just subtly reference Die Hard? Because this is Christmas themed. Ho ho ho! I got a machine gun.
Oh, maybe a little bit, but yeah, it's just machine guns are back now.
Yeah, I guess they're just like, hey guys, we messed up. Here's the cool loot again.
A little bit, yeah. Here's one for free.
They can do more of that. I'm okay with that.
Also, I just want to say with the sled, a buddy of mine, the sparrow, he grinded and he got that, and then he was immediately mad at the game again because he got it because he wanted to do like tricks again, and he had just forgotten that you can just do the tricks on a sparrow and grind it for no reason.
Yeah, you get something for doing tricks though. It does something different, I think.
Yeah,
I don't even remember how to do tricks.
I don't either. I've never done them.
Yeah, that's what was his problem. He'd forgotten all about it, and then was mad as soon as he figured it out.
Look at this! I didn't even know this was a thing. So you get ingredients from killing Vex for the Vex milk, fall into Ether Cane, kill Cabal to get the Cabal oil. Pretty simple stuff. If you get explosion kills, you get delicious explosion. Get sword kills, you get sharp flavors. So it's very straightforward how you get the ingredients, and you get a lot of them. Like, you're getting them constantly, all the time, by getting kills. The Essence of Dawning, I didn't know this, but you can get 22 from Gambit, 15 to 17 from Heroic Strikes, 1 to 3 from Patrols, 5 from Public Events. Okay. I was not aware of that. 15 to 17 from Heroic Strikes, so that's why I've got so much, because I run Strikes a lot. That's good to know. Yeah, you just
a
get
nice way to get shit.
You also, I feel like you just get it randomly from chests and I know you get it from chests and stuff. Like, you're just constantly getting these dawning ingredients. They're very generous with them.
That's good. At least it's not some kind of ridiculous grind.
Yeah, last year it was pretty much like just all about the engrams, the cosmetic stuff. I don't remember what the hell the dawning was last year. I don't think it was much.
I don't remember either. I don't think I really did anything with the dawning last year.
I know I did. I don't remember what it was. Yeah, so I'm having a blast with the Dawning. I have not gotten a black armor yet. I did buy it, by the way. I bought the annual pass. But
I'll
I'm
act
still...
surprised if you want me to.
Huh?
I said I'll act surprised if you want me to.
Well, you should, but you're a long way from being able to play it. Like, I'm still at least a week or so away from being able to play it. So yeah, you should get it when we get to that point. But it's
Yeah,
gonna
we'll
be a
see.
while. And
Yeah, I'd
yeah.
rather finish the story and all that first.
Oh yeah, absolutely. No, you're still a while from needing to get it. Because you can't... Like, I started it. I have the frame set up, so now we just need to go forge it. But I'm light level 575, and I really need to be 600. Next week, I'll start getting more and more prime engrams. They're going to change that so you get a lot more of them if you're not 600.
What are prime engrams?
Those are the ones with the powerful gear in them that definitely increase your light level. Right now, they're dropping more than normal, and next week they're going to increase that even more. So that'll be good. That should get me up to 600 pretty quickly, and I can do Black Army next week. Until then, I'm just going to run all the Dawning stuff I'm having a blast with, so I'm like totally okay with it. But there is a lot more Black Armory stuff being discovered. People are figuring out where the next forge is. They've like seen little tidbits of them. There's a lot of puzzles people don't know what's happening right now with. Like a lot of like really exciting stuff. I love this shit. Where it's like, what's this weird thing? And Bungie's like, I guess you'll find out one day. I love that shit. We're getting little hints about the last word being in the game again. We know it is. We just don't know when it's going to show up. The new raid is out and people are loving it. Apparently, it's very vehicle based.
Oh, really? That's kind of neat.
Yeah, there's a lot of Sparrow stuff, a lot of tanks being used. The final boss is a mech. So yeah, that's pretty cool shit. Yeah. A lot of people are saying it's not really a full raid. It's kind of like a raid layer. But I think Bungie didn't want to call it a raid layer because it's not like a side raid. It's a whole new area, a whole new everything. So they didn't really want to call it like a smaller thing.
It's a new raid, just a smaller raid.
Yeah, pretty much. Which I think there were some of those in Destiny 1, so it's not that big a deal.
There's nothing wrong with a smaller raid as long as it's done well.
Right, and the raid layers...
It's not the size of the raid. It's how you play it.
Sure. But that's what the raid layers are. They're smaller raids. So people are saying, well, maybe you should have called it a layer, but it's whatever. I think, like we talked about in Discord this week, this community will never be fucking happy.
Yeah.
Right now, it's happy.
It'll always be something.
Yeah, right now, it's as happy as it could be, I think.
Yeah, it's in the happy-ish phase.
Pretty much. So, Bob, you relapsed and got back into Destiny.
Yeah.
Can you hear my grin?
I can. It sounds rather shit-eating.
It is.
I was not aware you were part dung beetle.
All right. So, I mean, we played for a couple hours? How long is this?
Yeah, I think we got through like the first...
Yeah, this stream is 2.5 hours long.
Main mission. Was it that long? I don't even remember.
Yeah. Yeah, so we got through a good chunk of it. Actually, not really.
It was just like one, maybe two missions. A couple bounties and stuff in the spider.
I did get my Titan up to where you are, by the way.
Okay, good. Yeah, that's smart. No reason doing it on a character you've already done it on.
Yeah, I think I was just at the point where I was like, I just want to play my Hunter because it's fun. But yeah, I looked at some Titan stuff and it looks like a blast. Like the new Titan shit is pretty cool. You can throw your hammer as a melee, just like the Hunters can throw their knives. But then you can pick the hammer back up and throw it again.
Really? That's kind of neat.
So I'm excited about that. And the super is also amazing. He just spins. Spin to win. Spins with the fucking hammer. So, yeah. So what did you think so far of at least the new mission going into the... Oh my god, what is this place called?
I don't remember what it's called.
I don't remember. The thing from Destiny 1. Shit.
The Reef?
Yeah, it's the Reef, but
Or
it's
the Prison of
Prison
Elders.
of Elders. Thank you. Yeah, specifically the Prison of Elders.
I enjoyed it. I mean, this mission that we're doing now was pretty fun. Watching Cade ride that thing down to the bottom,
yeah,
that was pretty cool. I'm kind of bummed that Cade's dead, but I already knew that was going to happen.
Yeah.
So, no tears were shed.
R.I.P. Cade. The one good character they had.
Right. The only character with personality.
Well, Zavala is just cool.
I love Ikora.
I was gonna say, but that's just Lance Reddick. Lance Reddick is just a bad motherfucker. Guardians. It's like everything should be voiced by Lance Reddick. Like every announcer, every narrator, Lance Reddick. Give that man work.
Yeah, there's spoilers on the screen, but I think everyone knows Cade died.
Yeah,
but it was in the trailer.
Surprise.
Even Troll knows.
Yeah, like it was in the trailer before Forsaken even came out.
Yeah.
And there's Bob's disco ball.
Coming. I like my disco ball.
I got a pretty cool one this week. It's like a Kabuto shell.
Really? That's kind of neat.
From the Black Armory. But the narrative is really good in Forsaken, and then it just kind of opens up, and it's like, all right, this is our world now. And I think that's exactly how Destiny and Destiny expansion should play. A little bit of story with a whole lot of end game rather than the other way around. Because that's how it's been. It's been a whole lot of story with a little bit of end game.
Yeah, I definitely like the way they're going with it so far.
Yeah. So yeah, you'll see when we get to more of the Forsaken bounties and hunting down the assholes and everything like that.
That's what I want to do. I want to hunt down the Barons just because that seems pretty cool.
We're really close. Yeah, that is the best. That is the best narrative part of Forsaken. It's hunting them down and the boss battles and everything there.
Yeah, I'm excited to play more of it.
And I'm excited that you're excited.
I don't know about the whole annual pass thing. I probably will not get that. But
well, like I said, you're not going to need it for quite a while. Like, you need to get to light level 600.
Right. I'm glad that it's two separate things.
Yeah. And
you know what I mean?
Do you also like that it's all endgame stuff?
Yes.
Okay. I didn't know, like, there's no point you buying it. Does that kind of put you off a little bit? Because I know there's some people who are upset with that. They feel like every bit of DLC should be everybody gets to play it.
I don't disagree with that, but I don't need all that grind.
Mm-hmm.
It's like I'm fine with getting to end game and getting on for like weekly strikes or whatever, and that being that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because I don't have a lot of time.
Right.
So.
And you got other stuff you want to play.
Yeah, and I don't want to be overwhelmed by, Jesus, I got to fucking get on and grind Destiny 2 now.
But I think it is good that you will eventually get to the point where you're like, all right, I'm light level 600. Let's do this. Let's do this Black Art. By that point, fucking Joker's Wild and stuff is going to be out, so you'll have even more stuff to do.
Right. It's almost like an extra step for the people. It's almost like an extra step for those really hardcore players.
Yeah, I mean, I did get to the point.
But it's optional.
I got to the point last week when I finished the Black Armory, like the introduction quest, and I went to go forge a machine gun, and it's like, you should be at least 30 light levels higher. I was like, oh, I can't do this. I just bought it, but I can't. All right. Yeah, I bought it knowing it was endgame, so I got to do a little more work before I can get to it, but I'm excited to get to it.
I'm actually, I kind of like the way they did it, really. I didn't think I would, but I like how the system's laid out.
Is World of Warcraft like that? Like, when new stuff comes out, is it mostly endgame, or does everybody get to do it?
Most of it is normally endgame, but you get a couple expansions where you have a new class to level, or there's a new race.
Right, that's true.
Or like with Cataclysm, where the entire world changed.
Right. Yeah, I get that.
But it's never here's the expansion and then here's something extra. It's always like one and done.
Right. The other weekly update I wanted to do real quick, because I tried doing it last week, but nobody gave a fuck. I played more Pokemon. So Bob's here, I can finally talk about it. I'm beating the gym leaders again, going through and just kind of beating them to level up my stuff and my Pokedex.
Are you doing the rematches?
Yeah.
I haven't done that yet. I'm excited to though. I might do some of that tonight.
Because it's not just a rematch. It's not like Brock has Geodude and Onix.
Right, they have different Pokemon and stuff now, right? Higher levels.
He has like Rhyhorn and shit. Yeah, higher levels.
Oh, I gotta go back and do that.
I don't know if it scales with you or not, because it was like all my level stuff.
I don't think it scales. I think they're set levels.
Okay.
I don't know though. I don't know for sure.
So yeah, I've been going through catching all the Pokemon I need to. I caught Dratini and Dragonair today. I gotta go catch Zapdos. I haven't got Zapdos. I have the other two though. So yeah, I need to get all the traded stuff. So we gotta do that one day, and I gotta purchase fucking Nintendo Online or whatever.
Yeah, a buddy of mine that he needs a bunch of stuff traded, so I'm gonna.
Yeah, so we need to get on that one day once I can. I guess it's only $4, so I'll probably do that sometime soon. But I also went. Oh, I started doing the Master Trader thing, but they're way too high for me. They're like level 75, I think. Or maybe not. Maybe it's 65. I don't remember. But yeah, they are like super, super powerful. So I don't know if I will do that because I'm still like 20 levels below what I should be. But we'll see. Also, I can't catch Mewtwo right now because he is level 75. Most of my stuff is 60. So I still got a little ways to go for that. Yeah, I think I have everything now except Mewtwo, the trading stuff, Zapdos, and Melmetal. I'm here.
I lost you guys for a minute.
Oh. Did you hear me, Troll?
I heard you.
Okay. So I have everything now. Is he still here?
Okay, can you hear me?
Yep, I can hear you.
Okay, I think I'm back.
Okay. So I have everything now except Mewtwo, the trading Pokemon, and Melmetal. I think that's it.
Oh, you have a Meltan?
Yeah, I got it from Pokemon Go.
Okay. Yeah, I have. I think there's I have some of the Pikachu version exclusives, but I don't have all of them. And then I'm missing like.
The best way to do that is just transfer them from your Go.
Yeah, but that's not as fun.
I thought it was just as much fun.
Maybe. I enjoy trading.
Oh, well, yeah, that's definitely one way of doing it. But yeah, I took a lot of those, like Weeping Bell, like on screen right now. I trained them up because a lot of them, maybe it has something to do with the CP level and Go, but some of them were like level 2. Some of them were level 30.
I'm not sure how the whole transfer thing goes with CP and all that. I'm not sure how that works.
Have you done that yet with the Pokemon Go Park?
I've transferred stuff in, but I haven't caught anything and brought it out of the Go Park.
So do you know about the mysterious box in Pokemon Go?
Yeah, that's how you catch Meltan.
Okay. Yeah, I wasn't aware of that. I found out kind of by accident. Yeah, that's I think that's it. I want to go fight the Elite Four again.
I know they're stronger too.
Okay, so I'll have to check what level they are. But I think I want to train up a lot of my Pokemon. I did today, and I have never done this before. I went and checked almost all my Pokemon's IVs.
Wow.
And I was just like, oh, you're okay, Stites? Well, you're fucking getting transferred. Get out.
Yeah. I think the only thing I have left to do, short of like version exclusive, is just a lot of evolving to finish the Pokédex. That's pretty much all I have left to do.
I think I'm done with that. I just did finish that today, evolve like into Sea King and Ninetales and all that type of stuff, and Weezing.
Yeah.
See, I think I'm done with all that now. Oh, Melmetal. I still gotta evolve Meltan and Melmetal.
Well, I don't think they actually count towards your 151.
Oh, I was wondering about that.
Yeah,
No.
I don't think they do.
Okay.
I could be wrong, but I don't think they do.
And the only way for me to get Mew now is through Pokemon Go, right? Well, I guess I could buy that stupid
No,
Pokeball
you
thing.
can't. Well, you could do that, but you cannot transfer Mew from Go.
Oh shit.
But I can trade it to you, and then you can trade it back because you can't have my Mew.
Or you can just trade it to me.
Yeah, and then you can trade it back.
We'll see. No, I don't give a shit about Mew. But yeah, I would like to have it in my Pokedex.
Yeah, I figured we could do that. That's an easy way to do it.
It's probably because I'm not gonna buy that Pokeball thing for $50.
God, you're missing out.
If it was cheaper, I might, but $50 is just too much. Too much, man. That's a whole video game. So
Yeah, and it made me enjoy a whole video game a lot more.
I'm still enjoying Pokemon, and I'm actually really glad I'm like done with it, but just dicking around doing stuff. Because I'm done. I accomplished it. Like,
You want to know? I actually thought about this the other day. You want to know one of the things I enjoyed most about these games?
what's that?
That they end.
Yeah, unlike Sun and Moon.
Well, no, I mean, just unlike every fucking game out today where you constantly have something to do, I appreciate games that fucking end. Like,
Yeah, oh,
okay,
absolutely.
I've beat this, on to something else. And if you want to revisit it for whatever reason, or maybe you want to replay it, you can.
Absolutely. And that's like what we talked about last week, the Gardens Between, little puzzle game me and Troll played. It's like an hour and a half long. Fucking fantastic game. Did
The
not
Gardens Between? Yeah, dude.
did not overstay its welcome at all. Was fantastic from beginning to end. Like, that's great, man. That's what I want.
Got a strong point across about friends.
That's one of the things I miss about how gaming used to be. Like,
Yeah.
I remember being a kid playing Ocarina of Time, and you go on this, giant for the time adventure, and you finally get to the end and you beat Ganon, and you watch the credits and everything, and you're like, okay, that was awesome. I'm gonna go play something else now. I did it. I finished it.
I think that's one of the reasons why I enjoy State of Decay 2 so much is you can just live in that world forever, but there's also a path you can follow to end it, to get it done with. I love that. It's like you're definitely making progress towards the end. Or you could just not and just fuck around. I love that. That's kind of how I feel about Destiny is like I'm done with Destiny now and I'm just going in and fucking around every once in a while.
You'll never be done with Destiny.
No, but at the same time, I could be at any minute. And
yeah, it's true.
And I am accomplished. But there are additional things now to accomplish. Just like with Pokemon, I'm done with it, but there are additional things for me to do. I love games like that. Guardians Between the same way. There's a bunch of achievements I could go back and get.
Yeah, and stuff like that is fun. Like even with Pokemon, I think the Master Trainers are cool. I may do some of them.
Yeah.
We'll see how that goes. But
have you seen the people who've like created like shiny hunter things like that? Like they're using like a little bird pecker thing to hit the button all the time or some shit.
No, what are you talking about?
People have designed like Rune Goldberg-esque machines to be like shiny machines. Let's see if I can find one.
What, to like build their catch combos?
Maybe.
Yeah, I'm gonna need to see a demonstration of this because
I was just happy that our main question wasn't why he just said the words bird pecker, but
I saw it was one on Reddit today. Shit. It was just recommended to me earlier too. Of course, it's not gonna show up. Let's see, Pokemon. Let's go. Shiny Pokemon machine.
Yeah, definitely don't look up Pokemon bird pecker because you're gonna find something completely different.
That's a whole third of DeviantArt these days.
Yeah, that's a whole other side of the internet you probably don't want to get into.
Yeah, I'll find it. You wanted to talk about Star Citizen patch 3.4, right?
Yeah, so right now it's in the test server. Oh, let me pull up patch notes real. Okay, so with 3.4 we have new ships that came out. All the other freelancer variants have finally been released. So the freelancer is like a mid-sized cargo hauler ship.
Mm-hmm.
And now we have the bigger version, which is the Max, which just holds more cargo. And then you have the MIS, which is the gunship variant, and the DUR, which is the exploration variant. So it has like more fuel, better quantum drive, things of that nature. You have the 600i touring variant, just came out, which is like a luxury type ship, basically for transporting like VIP NPCs and stuff like that. And then we also had, I think this was today or yesterday, the Amble Hawk came out, which is a bounty hunting ship. So that's pretty cool. I kind of want to jump in and check that out. Yep.
Can I just say something? I did the homework for Google searching Pokemon Bird Pecker.
Oh God,
it's horribly disappointing. There's nothing
really?
there. It's all friendly.
That's not fun. You're looking on the wrong side.
I even added deviant art in brackets. And no,
there's only
all sadness.
There's only one other place to search.
I don't know. I
Reddit.
can't find it now. I swear I've seen stuff about it. It's like a shiny.
I guess I
hunting
should
machine.
ask Bing.
Yeah, there you go.
Anyways, the Central Business District in Lorville has been opened, which is like a trade center kind of. It's almost set up like Wall Street, where you have all these big screens up top, shows you different trade prices and stuff. So that's pretty cool. They finally added standard missions to the Hurston area, so you can finally have a reason to go to Hurston. Other than that, that's about it that I can think of off the top of my head.
Okay, I found one thing, but it's for Sun and Moon. Basically, what it is, and like I think the one I saw for Pokemon Let's Go, is you go to one of the people that trade you for the Alolan ones, and it's a thing that presses the button every once in a while to get you through the dialogue prompt and say yes and do the trade. So you just set your Switch up to have this thing press your button every so often. It's
Wow,
real.
really
I swear to God, I can't find it. It's driving me fucking crazy. I'm gonna find it and I'm gonna post it on Twitter. For now, I have a show to do, so fuck off, people. Was there anything else in the see in these patch notes? Lots of bug fixes.
Yeah, but I think other than the freelancer variants are something I was looking forward to, because the freelancer is probably my favorite ship other than the 600i. So the fact that both those got added in with this patch is personally exciting. But the Central Business District I've been very interested in, because cargo hauling is something that I really enjoy doing.
Mm-hmm.
So the fact that I get my favorite cargo ship and a business district all in one patch, I'm pretty happy.
Nice.
So I'll probably be playing a lot of that now.
But Destiny tonight, right?
Nope.
Damn it.
No, it'll probably be either Pokemon, Smash Brothers, or Star Citizen. Oh, which is a new development for me. I can now stream from the Switch, so keep an eye out for that.
All right, well, let's get into what new stuff we've been playing this week. And Troll, what is this? What is this, Desert Child?
Yeah, Desert Child. Man, this game was cool.
What is this shit?
So it's basically a really cool like racing game.
Okay.
So like this guy, he's trying to get enough money to leave, the planet and go to like the larger races and make money. So like all of your daily activities, the game kind of plays out a little bit like your traditional, almost like visual novel in between the like actual like drama stuff. Where like you've got like, okay, this day you can do one action for this day, and you got to worry about your hunger and repairing your bike, or
Bob, are you pushing your button? Bob.
Oh no, I'm not. What the hell's going on here?
No, that was the sound of the bike on the game.
Yeah, I just heard a sparrow exploding in Destiny.
It was like stuck on. That was weird.
But yeah, man, the game's really cool. It's made almost entirely by one guy.
It looks pretty.
It's got this cool aesthetic. You walk around these different worlds and you do races, and there's different varieties of the same kind of race. So like in the first area, you're just doing a few races, trying to get, some cash to leave the planet and go out.
So it's like races with obstacles, or are you trying to kill each other?
So like as you're racing, the basic race, there's targets you shoot for points, and the more targets you shoot, the faster you go.
Okay.
There's also little like bullet icon blocks. If you like smash into them with a side dash, they reload, some of your ammo for your gun. And then there's also targets that look like little piggy banks or ducks that when you shoot them, they pop out cash, and you can collect that cash to use, after the race to maybe buy a part, repair your bike, reach up to your goal to, leave this planet and go to the next area, or to pay to get into the big Grand Prix race, the final, mission essentially. But yeah, like the music's really chill. There's different types of weapons you can pick, for your bike at the start. There's like a giant bullet magnum. There's like a burst machine gun. I was using the shotgun through most of this.
Which are you, the orange one?
Yeah, the orange one is your bike you have.
Okay.
And I found in the settings, because every game I ever play, I always, go through and read all the settings and look into stuff. Because a lot of stuff you can miss in video games that are very handy. Like when I started up God of War, I immediately found the option to like turn all the button mashing and just hold the button.
Right.
Or there's these weird like puzzles that use like the vibration of the controller to find like the sweet spot, and you smash this like pick to break these doors. That just becomes a one button press, and the accessibility options like, yeah, fuck that. Miss me with this. I don't even have, rumble motors in any of my controllers. I can't do this. But so in the settings, I looked at the language options, and it's just a button and it scrolls through. It's not like a normal drop down menu, and it's defaulted to English, I guess based on my region. But when I clicked through and I was trying to get back to English, I saw an option that said American, and I was like, okay, this game's made by an Australian. This is clearly going to be all like have a lot of references and jokes about America. So I come to find out that the money is now referred to as freedom.
What?
Oh.
The targets you shoot in the races are called terrorists.
Holy shit.
The bullets are referred to as freedom candy, which is fucking fantastic.
Oh, I was wondering what that was.
Yeah. And all of the food are referred to as burgers. and also I came across, because this is kind of like a short run based game, so like you don't get to change like your starter weapon at all through the game,
right?
So you just do another quick run because it's not a very long game. Like the video you're watching here is an entire playthrough, basically. But yeah, also I started it up and I looked at what just the basic English looked like, and like the entire dialogue with like the red lady or whatever, like the other racer you see in the tutorial, she was just like way nicer and different. She was just like kind of a jerk in the American version. Like everyone's just like being mean to each other. Like it was like such a great like low key meme.
That's great. So the game is about an hour and 50 minutes?
Well, that's if you're, going through and just trying to get to the objective, because I was just trying to figure out what was there. So like once you get out of the starting area, which doesn't take long, you go to the other planet, which has much larger like areas to walk around. And then you come across different things. Like there was like this hippie guy selling like
Freedom grass.
or organic burgers that were like, this one was moth, this one's something else, and it was just a complete scam. Like you give them money, but none of your stats would change. Like like you eat the thing, pay them money, and then you wouldn't get your hunger, drop down. There was a guy in the nightlife district you could do actual like crime jobs for, to like sideswipe other like racers, essentially, to like distract them and damage their vehicle, or like intentionally lose a race. Or this really cool thing that was almost like a Windows like 95 loading screen when you hack the bank. It's like a cool like crazy retrowave background with like old school like Windows logos attacking you, and like like a Leonardo da Vinci head busts that you break open to get money, and it's playing this cool like chip tune retro, almost some like outrun music is what the genre is called. It's just really cool and weird. It's very fun, very short. It was $12. I had more than that in like Nintendo Gold points.
This looks like a lot of fun.
Yeah,
so the main game is like an hour and a half, but there's more shit to do.
Yeah, there's tons of stuff to do. Like some of the side jobs you can do. One of them is like herd cattle, but it's all kangaroos. So you're just chasing kangaroos and shooting them all.
Jeez. So do you get money for doing the side stuff?
Yeah, so like in some of the missions, like the bank one, like you get as much money as you do collect from the statue heads you blow up. Okay. Like if you win the race accidentally in the loser race, crime mission, you don't get any money for the job, and then they're also mad at you, and it takes longer for that job to cool down for you to do it again. Huh. There's different parts and stuff you can find to do different things. Like I just saw the gun amp there, and because I had it on American, like instead of the word increases the size of my mag or the gun and my ammo capacity, it just says increases the size of my penis in all caps.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
I just saw that. I think the name of that place was the Burger Palace or something. New game. Who dis?
Yeah. It's all like really cool music and memes. Like this game is just all style, and like I thought at first when I started playing the actual like race stuff, like the basic premise of what all you do, I was like, this is weird and so I don't get it. But the further I got in, this is a real zone out game and just relax.
Do you know why it's not getting reviewed well?
Well, right now on the Switch, I actually got in touch with the developers. At least on the Switch version, like the performance is terrible.
Oh, okay.
They've got plans for like a performance patch soon, within like the next 2 weeks, and then they're taking the holidays off basically.
Okay.
But I was using the shotgun like the worst part of like the stream, and later on in this video, I'm doing this police chase where like I'm hunting like a bounty, and the guy looks like basically like Fry from Futurama.
Huh.
And like you're trying to you basically what you're doing is you shoot him and it slows him down. Like if you shoot the targets, they speed you up.
Right.
So it is technically a race. You're not trying to like blow him up. You're just trying to beat him in the race. But as I was shooting him and I didn't know the rules yet, I was just like spamming the shotgun behind him, and it dropped to like 9 frames a second at one point.
Ooh.
Wow.
Because like all like the shotgun is all these particle effects, and it was just like, just overriding like how much it could do at one point. And I think also just like the length of the game is probably an issue for some people. But like I said, this is a game where like you can just drop in.
Mm-hmm.
If you haven't played it in a while, it always opens up to the tutorial. So you can warm up when something doesn't matter, and then bam, you're right back in. And you can go do these missions in any way you want to get to the final race. And it's just all style. The guns do different things. Like the railgun makes it hard. So like basically your starting weapon is your difficulty. Because like the laser gun looks cool and has a cool sound effect, but it's hard to hit targets because it's just like a straightforward laser beam. But yeah, like if they figure out the performance, which they will pretty quickly.
Right. Would you say that this is definitely a recommended game, but maybe give it a month or so?
I would say check it out on another platform. It's not as bad.
I just saw terrorist shot.
Yeah. Shoot terrorists to gain speed.
Freedom collected. Oh my
yeah. Yeah, like the American mode. I was confused at first because I didn't realize like it was just like those words that are in capital letters are the things it changes between the English and the American version.
That is fantastic.
And I just didn't get it until it clicked because I was emailing the developer and I sent him like, the clip of when it got at its worst, because every race it kind of slows down depending on like how many targets you're shooting. But that one, it literally, like I had time to look over and like finish an entire sentence before I looked back and I had finished shooting all the bullets I had queued up and spammed with the shotgun. Like it got real bad.
I really want to play it, especially now that like we were just talking about. It's a shorter game you can finish.
Yeah.
That's fantastic.
And it's run based, so like none of it really matters. It's all about like the experience and getting that feel, the music. Like as you earn money, you can buy more tracks. So now that I've bought all the tracks, every time I load back into a game, it'll play, like a different song.
That's clearly not a burger.
Yeah. Just everything is referred to as burgers.
That's amazing.
And when the police show up, they're referred to as the feds.
Oh my god!
Because like you can do some of the illegitimate missions, and you'll see like these dudes in like these gray suits and these white helmets that are the cops showing up, and they'll arrest you. And if you don't deposit your money at the bank, that they take all of the money you have on you, cash.
So kind of like real life.
Yeah, it's just a cool game, man. Like I love the style. It's one of those things where it's definitely when that update comes out, I'm gonna check the performance and get back to the guy. Occupier Games is who published this. Oscar Britt is the guy who made it. He also made most of the music.
I was saying, didn't we talk about him last week?
Yeah, because we were talking about stuff coming up that we're looking forward to.
Okay, and his name is in that trailer, in that Cowboy Bebop trailer.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
And I was just saying, yeah, I think he's like a musician too. So like most of the songs in this, it's like super chill music. He put up a YouTube channel that's streaming like the soundtrack 24/7. So it's like, chill music to sleep to, I think is what it's called or something.
Okay. I'll have to check that out.
But yeah, cool stuff. Really cool stuff. I played a bunch of stuff this week.
Yeah, you also played a game that contains your favorite song, Devil Trigger.
Yeah, so I went in, and when I first played through the majority of the Devil May Cry 5 demo, I put it in Japanese with subtitles because I'm a weeb. You know, 30 years of weeb. The touching movie in theaters now.
That's the title.
Wow.
That's the title.
But no, so I went back and I did the stream again. I wanted to do like a complete run. Oh yeah, great! I saw the hacking mini game show up, and I just want to go listen to that song again now. I think that music's cool. But with Devil May Cry, I went back in and turned on the English language to see, how it differed, because that game, when like the cutscenes are starting or the in-game battles are starting, like there's so much shit going on that screen. As a lifelong like subtitle reader, like even I was having trouble keeping track. And I know a fair amount of Japanese, but a guy doing a giant like demon voice with like post processing on the voice, like even if I understood like a third of the sentence, like it was rough because of the the actual sound design. So I said, all right, fuck it, this is gonna be a game I'm gonna have to play in English and hope it doesn't turn out to be like Bayonetta and I just like throw the entire system out, because that game bothered me so much with the dialogue.
Yep, me too.
Which is kind of why
I've never played these games, and I've never even had a desire to.
If those games bothered Troll with dialogue and being a weeb, I couldn't handle that shit.
Yeah,
it was just like, man, like Bayonetta, there got to be a scene. I got a few levels into the first Bayonetta.
Yeah. And
they're at the bar, and that's where you're kind of introduced like in person to like this guy, I think is like a blacksmith. He's this guy that helps out Bayonetta all the time. He's just like this cool buff black dude with glasses. He reminds me of the leader of the gang from Black Lagoon, which is an anime you guys don't know because you're not weebs.
Correct.
But anyway, there's this whole like gimmick, like the bartender's like almost like the dancing black guy in the Never Gonna Give You Up video. Like he's like shaking the drink behind the bar, and like the guy's like leaning up on the bar like with his arm up under his head, and like the jokes were just so corny and so bad. I was like, I love the way this game feels, but I can't just magically mute this every time they talk.
Like, if you think that the Devil May Cry is cheesy and cringy sometimes, oh boy, like
yeah,
Bayonetta's
next level. That's why I kind of want to find the Bayonetta 1 and 2 for Switch, because those versions have Japanese with subtitles, and I'm hoping maybe
Japanese is better.
I'm hoping maybe those games, ignorance will be bliss, where I'll only catch some of the references.
I think that's the whole appeal of those games, that they're just obnoxious.
Well, like they're also like mechanically like almost flawless games.
Oh sure, yeah.
And that's what I'm there for. Like Devil May Cry 3 is the best one for the sheer like mechanics and skill required.
This is 5, right?
This is 5, and it's kind of at least right now with this demo.
I was like, can you really tell?
It's a fairly more casual feel. Like if you had started like level 1, Devil May Cry 3, like I would have died like 15 times by now. Like,
okay, this looks like a much easier hack and slash kind of deal.
It's got like a fair amount of depth. Like with this character Nero, he's got the Devil Breaker, which is his arm, and it introduces this interesting mechanic of like you can't swap out between these arms, but they break. So like you can charge them up and do like a super powerful attack, because each one of these arms has a different like ability. Like Gerbera, the green one there, has like these, it's almost like a jet booster. It lets you do like these, like blast air dodges and other stuff for mobility. And the other was called Overture, which shoots out like an electric like shotgun basically. The damage, this one lets you be more mobile.
Okay.
And that is a button that combos in with the rest of your moveset. So like you'll see like the parts where I'm actually like on point and I'm playing well, like I'm juggling people in the air the entire time, because I've got the Gerber out and I can just like smash this guy, launch him up, jump up, smack him a few times, boost past him, lock onto somebody, pull them in the air, keep going.
But they only have so many uses.
They have as many uses until you either do like the overpowered like charge attack by holding the button, or the left bumper lets you break it, which gives you a couple options. So there are some moves that you don't have a way out of, very easily, but the, blowing up your arm with that thing lets you, cycle out to the other one you want to use.
Okay.
Or, let you escape some of these moves. Like it's, like your eject button.
So if you destroy the Gerber, does it eventually come back around?
Yeah, if I pick up enough other arms, like there'll be loot on the ground. Like you'll see like the red orbs are XP, the green orbs are, HP to get your health back. Yeah, like this game, man, I can't wait for it. Devil May Cry 4 is a good game, but I just didn't enjoy it. Like they had changed enough in the formula, and it felt rushed because it kind of does. Like you get to a certain point in the story, and then you basically play the game in reverse. So you go back to the same areas.
Right.
Like you do one long backtrack through the map back to almost where you start before you get to like a climax in that story.
Okay.
And it had some issues with like some of the stuff Nero did, because you didn't play as Dante at all except for like a few parts, and I think those were like new game plus unlock stuff. It's been a long time. Devil May Cry 4 was like early 360 era. So it's been a lot of years.
The reboot is still my favorite that I've played. I still haven't
finished
it.
Yeah, DMC was made by Platinum, the same guys who did Bayonetta.
Oh, that's right.
And Metal Gear Rising Revengeance, which was really good. Like, see, Rising Revengeance was like the perfect level of cheesy, but it was like funny or like so over the top. Like Bayonetta was just corny and bad. Like, it's like it had its moments, but those were few and far between the actual like I would rather you have punched me in the stomach.
Jeez.
And it's just like I would feel better about getting hit in the gut right now than having to deal with my emotions after that joke. Like, I
agree. I'm right there with him. Like I said, he's a weeb. He's probably at least somewhat used to that stuff. No.
Yeah, like I've got years of tolerance built up, and that shit even pushed past my threshold.
Yep.
That's saying something.
I used to be vice president of an anime club, and I can't handle that shit.
I was in an anime club in high school just so we could look at titties at school.
I swear ours was just for Inuyasha, but we're not gonna get into that.
Yeah. But
speaking of anime,
Devil May Cry, like I'm super excited for.
Yeah, I'm excited to see how it does, because I think a lot of people are hoping it does well, so they get more.
Yeah, because I mean, how far can they stray from God's Light when they have Dante show up on a motorcycle, tear it in half into two like spinning blade weapons, and just murder people and put it back together and ride off into the sunset? Like
they better let people play as Dante.
Yeah, that's a whole segment of the game. Like you kind of do half and half of the game from what they've talked about.
I don't understand why games like, here's a new one, but you're not going to play as that character you love so much. We're going to give you this new douchebag.
Yeah.
But no, I want the old douchebag. We're always getting old. It's a video game, motherfucker.
So you're saying Metal Gear Solid 2?
Yeah. A little bit.
Or Metal Gear Solid 5?
5? I can't keep track of who the fuck is each Metal Gear Solid game. I don't know. But
well, with Metal Gear Solid 5, that's like a spoiler that wasn't very much.
We don't even have to get a Metal Gear Solid.
Anyway,
that's a separate podcast. Not even FewTrueGamers. That's a separate podcast.
That's a series of podcasts. Yeah.
Can't really just scare the crap out of me. I didn't know I wasn't alone in this room. Jesus. Anyway, so you played another anime-like game, Mighty Gunvolt Burst.
Yeah,
Ooh.
So there's a bunch of the Gunvolt games. So this one is like a spin-off that was made around the same time as Mighty Number 9.
This is way better.
Well, because this is made by Inti Creates. They're the people who, well, they made Mighty Number 9.
Oh, really?
With Keiji Inafune. They also made that. What is that? The Castlevania games, not Castlevania.
Oh.
Bloodstained Curse of the Moon.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they're used to making these style of games.
Yeah.
These old school side-scrolling action games, pixel art, all that stuff. So they had made the other Gunvolt games as their own like creation. Mm-hmm. It's like super weeb anime stuff about superhumans and weird anime powers. But in this game, this is a crossover between Gunvolt and Mighty Number 9. Oh. So like your character Burst wakes up in this weird dimension. His powers don't work the same. And he sees Beck, which is the main character for Mighty Number 9. And you got to go through levels and fight the all the robot masters or whatever they're called for legal purposes in Mighty Number 9.
But doesn't it have that stupid mechanic that Mighty Number 9 had? I can't remember what it is now.
It doesn't have the air dash. No, this is like Mega Man 1.
Okay.
Level.
Well, yeah,
like,
you had to dash into enemies and then shoot them, didn't you?
Yeah, it was some dumb stuff. Like
yeah.
The level designs, the enemy routines. Like Mighty Number 9 was just a big pile of why. But this one, like, I played a bunch of this Gunvolt Burst, and it's kind of like a build your own Mega Man game to a certain extent.
Okay.
Because like you have like your basic blaster, and instead of like unlocking new like powers when you ever defeat one of the robot masters like you would in Mega Man, by playing through the level and finding pickups, and by beating the level, you can choose a reward out of 3 rewards. They give you like mods for your base weapon. So like you go in and you've got like your basic blaster that looks like a little dart, so it's called a dart, and you can add it to where it's only like one bullet on screen at a time, but it does like crazy damage. Or you can add charge shot, or you can add electric effect, or you can have it curve upwards or downwards, you know, in the arc of the shot. And it becomes this weird kind of like, you know, mix and match and design your blaster the way you want. But it's missing a lot of the stuff from Mega Man I like the slide, wall kick, basically all the Mega Man X stuff that was cool, except for most of the design and bosses past 4 in Mega Man X.
Yeah, I don't remember which one. I bought one of the Gunvolts for DS. I liked it okay, but it wasn't filling that Mega Man X void.
Yeah,
I tried a demo short. On the eShop.
Right, I tried the demo when I went ahead and bought it.
Probably this one.
Yeah, this one has a Switch demo.
Well, I bought it on the 3DS. Is this on the Switch too?
This one, Gunvolt Burst, is me playing on the Switch. I bought it in the sale like a while back.
But this is probably the newest Gunvolt, right?
Well, no, there's like 3 Gunvolts, I want to say, in the Switch eShop right now.
Oh, shit. Okay.
Or there's at least 2, maybe a third one.
I think there's 2. I don't know if there's 3.
Yeah, the one I bought I didn't like too much, and it was on the 3DS, but I would probably enjoy it more on the Switch. I
think it played pretty well on the Switch. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, like I said, it's good enough, but
sure.
I ran out of time for good enough.
Right. Yeah, I liked it all right, but it just wasn't. It didn't quite. I don't know.
It didn't click. It didn't get the hooks in.
Yeah.
Like some of the stuff felt great, but then it was missing a few of the other things I really liked, and the flow was wrong.
Yeah.
But that game is cool. I think I paid like $4 for it in the sale a while back.
Yeah, there's something like that. They get super cheap. And so you had some more Realm Royale you wanted to talk about?
Yeah, I went ahead and I checked it out again. After the last time we talked about it, I was talking about how like the whole like controller settings are just fucking AIDS right now.
Oh, so
Like,
you're playing on
jeez.
PlayStation, right?
this is PS4.
Okay.
So the reason why I checked it out again is on PS4 and Xbox One, they just launched their Founders Pack.
Right. So do I have to now buy that, even though I was in
No,
the?
if you've got the beta access, you're in.
Cool.
You can still buy the Founders Pack and get like the extra cosmetic stuff. But this is like guaranteed access to people that don't have the beta invites.
Okay.
And also you get like this package of, exclusive to the Founders Pack.
I have to go back and play it. I had such a bad experience those first couple of matches.
Yeah, so now the control settings, because they released an update at the same time they put out the Founders Pack. And like the aim assist is somewhat working now. Some of the settings are still confusing and some just don't work as far as like, tuning like your turn radius and sensitivity and stuff like that. There's now more people getting into it because they had like massive beta invite rollouts, and this was on sale for like half price. So like the Founders Pack for like the week it launched, and I think still now was like $8.50 instead of the $15 it is.
Okay.
So it's not expensive to get in.
I think it's worth getting into. I think the guys over at
High Res,
yes, they do support games. Even when their games are getting kicked in the fucking teeth, they keep supporting them. And they usually come out for the better. Smite was down for a long time, and now that game's huge. Paladins still has a great following. I guess Smite Tactics, I don't know.
yeah, well, also they're working on adding crossplay to their stuff.
Yes, that's going to make a massive difference. I think that's.
But yeah, I checked it out, and there was a lot. Like I felt bad playing this right now in the status it was beforehand, because one, like it kind of sucked to control, like the movement and the abilities, all that stuff worked fine. It was just like actually aiming, and like that, because it was weird. Like the control settings worked better like 6 months ago when I plugged my controller in on Steam, than they do now in this current port that's up and running. Like I said, they've already improved it within the 2 updates I've seen with the demo. And I still think, like the thing you've talked about whenever we've brought it up, there's still too much variety in like the abilities as well as the guns.
Right.
Where there's always going to be just like objectively better loadouts. Like the shielding potion is trash. The shielding shout is amazing. Like you'll never keep the shielding potion for any reason over the shielding shout. They both accomplish the same thing. Just one you have to throw down. It has like an area of effect for the shield to happen. And one is just like you yell and it shields you for a period of time, and then you're good. And it cools down. You just yell, rush in on somebody, tank a little bit extra damage before it actually hits your HP. And then, run out if you didn't knock them out by that time.
Yeah.
So, because they still have the elemental damage weapons. So certain weapons are drastically better for damage. Certain ones are better for like stunning people. But the more I've played, like so much of this lobby is still bots. To the point to where
it will be until a certain point.
I don't understand why they do that. Is there just not enough people playing?
Well, in Paladins, it's not that there weren't enough people playing. It was just to give people like some actual on-hand experience of a match before throwing them in with people that have hundreds of hours of experience probably.
But unlike Heroes of the Storm, it doesn't tell you you're going against bots.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like I jumped in, I was like, wow, these guys are terrible. Like, what's going on? And then I realized, like, reading a forum in Paladins, like, oh, bots.
Yeah.
So when I saw guys like getting stuck on ledges and like running in place in one game, I was like, oh, bots.
I think it's a thing that they probably saw a trend in Smite of new players that played against only bots for a long time. Because and this is part of just the lazy ass moron friend group I was with at the time, they only wanted to play bots ever. Like, every time we play against people, we get our asses kicked. Like, well, okay, we'll fucking get better. Like, You'll never get better
So
if you just play against bots.
Basically, you just need to get good.
Yeah, I mean, you're supposed to with games like that. Competitive games, you should get good. You shouldn't just play against. You shouldn't be like, this is just for my ego. I just want to win all the time. That's boring to me. That's playing Rainbow Six Siege against bots.
Yeah.
Well, Terrace Hunt on the harder difficulties can be rough, but it's still pretty.
That's
pretty
not
easy
what
mode.
that game's for, really, though.
Yeah. But yeah, with the Founders Pack coming out, I encountered like more players throughout the few games I played to the point to where like I'd forget about them and I'd play and my brain would be like on coast as I was fighting bots. Then all of a sudden I get to like an actual fight and I'd be like lean forward in the chair like, oh shit.
Yeah.
Like like this is a person actually trying. It's not a garbage bot that's gonna get distracted as soon as they knock me and running around freely as a chicken as another bot shows up. You know?
One game that's not easy at all is this Mutant Year Zero. Because I played a little bit of this last night too. You played significantly more than I did.
Yeah, I played a good chunk, and I might go back to it, but I hit a point at the end of this video, which is like 2 hours. I meant to stop before this, but I was just like enjoying it.
Yeah.
And I hit a point towards the end of where I hit that window of like the same shit I've always disliked about like these style of games.
Mm-hmm.
As like when it's like, oh, 75% chance to hit. I really need to hit this shot. Miss.
Miss. Like, I don't think you understand what 75% means. I just shot this 7 times and missed every time.
And then he had a 25% chance to hit me and hit a critical. I was like, you son of a bitch. Yeah, and then I just like hard closed out on the game. Like,
just real quick, my experience of it, because you played more. I got to Hammond's cabin right after you get to the Ark the first time, and just got very quickly surrounded, and everybody hit crits, and I was dead. Just that quickly. And I was like, all right, well, fuck you too. That shit doesn't even happen in XCOM. Like, what the fuck?
Well, because this one is more of an active kind of like, this game feels like when you're on the map looking around, it's like most of your standard isometric RPGs, like Dragon Age Origins, like Pillars of Eternity. Like you're actively walking around the map and you're looking for loot you can pick up.
Oh, sure, but as soon as you go into combat, it's XCOM. It's exactly.
But then
XCOM.
it's like grid based, fun stuff.
Yeah.
But it does have the interesting thing I remember I used to do a lot with like, say like Knights of the Old Republic or Dragon Age Origins, where you can break off your characters and like, okay, I can put my tank guy over here in cover where he's hidden, and then put Dux, the guy who has like the crossbow, over here, and he can fire a stealth shot and kill this guy when no one's looking. And then if I mess up, they don't know where the pig guy is, and he can just run in and just murder somebody with a shotgun when they're not paying attention. But yeah, like the point where I hard quit at the end of this is like I started to leave the area and go past. Like I wasn't that much further than where you kind of like stopped, because some of those battles took a while.
Yeah,
and like
I don't have time for this kind of game anymore.
Well, yeah, because like this is very, very time inducing. Because if you get into some of the areas where like the lower level enemies are just gonna like hide away from you, if there's higher level enemies nearby, I was like, okay, those guys are gonna fight, and we're just gonna hide over here in Overwatch. So as soon as you move within their radius of their gun, they're gonna try to fire and do some damage. But yeah, I hit a point when I was leaving and I was going up this mountain trying to go somewhere else after like the Hammond thing. And I go from this area, I was like, okay, this boss character is like a level 16. I'm like, all my characters like level 8 to 10 right now. I'm moving up, and then I get to this bridge and I see like a squad of like 5 of these things. They're all level 16. And one of the enemies has like a bunch of armor and has some shield. And they're the ones that are the shaman. They have like this giant horn.
Yeah.
And they call for backup. So it's like they spawn a wave of like lower level enemies that show up.
So can you kill them and stop them from doing that?
Yeah, but like
Okay.
at the weapons I had at the level I was at, and the fact that they had armor, like all three of my characters I had by that point, could have all hit perfectly. I wouldn't have killed this thing in time to stop it from hitting the horn.
Yeah.
And then I would have had a couple extra small enemies, and then 4 other higher level enemies than me that were just gonna like shit on me. So yeah, as soon as I lined up my shots on that shaman, which I was like, if I hit the critical with this guy and just hit the other 2 shots, I might actually kill him. And then I line up like with Ducks, like one of his mutations I had is like he gets a guaranteed like critical hit, but it reduces like 25% accuracy.
Yeah, but see, even that stuff I had a problem with because that's the same shit that's in XCOM too.
Yeah.
Like they just felt like this game didn't really do anything special.
Yeah, well, like I said, the actual like moving around the map and planning beforehand, being able to recon stuff, like you go into sneak mode where you put your flashlight up.
Yeah.
You can it gives you much more options for starting in a better position than just loading into an instance map. And
this does look really cool.
It is. Like if you've never played XCOM 2, you don't have XCOM, you're interested in the games like this, even I don't know, even if you really enjoy it, if this is your jam, if you love XCOM and shit like that, you should play this.
Yeah, this adds verticality. So
it's also on Game Pass.
It's on Game Pass. Like I speed ran and checked out a bunch of Game Pass stuff, which I'll like cut through at the end. Like
odds are,
quick impressions.
If me and Troll have both played it, it's on Game Pass.
Yeah, probably.
But yeah, this is like a tabletop or a comic book franchise. So this is an adaptation. I forget which one it's from.
Okay, I didn't know that.
So there's an extended universe you can go find if you're like curious about like the story of like the nuclear war going off and the Elder Hammond or whatever.
The world and everything, and even just the way it looks, it is awesome.
Yeah, the aesthetic is very pleasing for me.
It just, for me, it feels like too much of an XCOM reskin.
Yeah, because like my only real complaint with the Mario Rabbids Kingdom battle, was like I liked like that simplification of like the percentages. It's either like
absolutely
100% chance, 50% chance, no chance. But the thing I disliked about Mario Kingdom battle was like the skills like Overwatch on the enemy classes would queue every time. So like if like the one enemy put in Overwatch, like they'd fire like 3 bullets for all 3 of your characters moving. Or like the thing that broke me and made me lose interest was like the giant like the giant enemies that smack you with a giant stone. Is like if you shoot them and you're within their walking distance,
they rush at you.
They will walk over you and smack you.
Yeah.
And that doesn't have a cap. Like they just do that every time. So like if you don't space out your characters within the turn before you try to shoot this thing, he's gonna go do a bunch of damage to all 3 of your characters.
Which is ironic, because that was like, one of the things I thought was great about the game.
I was like, that's some bullshit. Like that just changes the game to make you worry about positioning more.
Yeah.
Than the bullshit of random chance. But
well, I think that's it. They took away that percentage thing and they added a couple more things.
It's like I just thought if like that was just like a one, like XCOM where it's just like, okay, they queue that up, they get one turn of that within the wave, and not like every single one of these fucking things. Like, because if there's like 3 of those guys standing near each other and you throw a grenade, all 3 of them are gonna go over there and fucking Debo Luigi's nuts. But yeah, this game is cool. I like the kind of aesthetic. It's a lot of like narration from the pig guy.
Yeah. Him and Ducks.
Yeah, so they're talking about like the reality of their world and the hunters and the Ark and all this cool stuff.
Yeah, I would love to like dive deep into this game, and I might someday, but I see the deep hole that it is.
Yeah, like I said, I made a good bit, and just like that one part, I was like, no. Like as soon as I missed like two 75% chance shots, and I was like, I don't have a half hour to figure out this battle.
Yeah, because
Like
you know what?
That would be my problem, is that it looks like it's very time intensive.
Yeah, this to me,
I just
I already have No Man's Sky sitting on the back burner, man. Like I every time I boot up No Man's Sky, I'm like, all right, I like this. I'm having fun. Boy, I need like a good 100 hours or so.
Yeah.
right.
I just don't got that fucking time anymore. I don't regret
No.
buying No Man's Sky because one day I am gonna spend like 10 hours on it. Maybe I have a baby coming. So who the fuck knows anymore? But we'll see.
Yeah.
I just don't have time for this anymore. I would rather be playing Destiny or something I have to talk to you guys about quickly after the podcast, or something, just anything else, just about. But I do love this game. Also, I want to play it on PC because that's where I prefer playing my strategy games.
Yeah, because it has a lot of the console port feel of a PC game, because
Yeah,
like the main
cursor
menu.
is-
It
cursor.
looks just like a PC game.
Yeah,
Like it was ported over.
You move the cursor a lot, which I dislike in console games.
But it likes Destiny.
Yeah.
Right, you can have it all.
The game that started that trend.
No, I doubt that.
That was a console port before it was even available on PC.
Let's see. Send oh yeah, I got a game here for once. Actually, I got one game I want to talk about real quick. Are you gonna play Below?
I've got it installed,
I don't
and I'll
get it.
probably check that out tomorrow.
I don't fucking get it.
Oh, really? Like,
What is it? I've never
I
heard of it.
played. It's like whoa, the camera's way the fuck out, like God view almost.
Yeah, so this is made by Cappy Games.
Took 5
They
years
made-
to make.
Yeah, they made Sword and Sorcery EP, which is like a side-scrolling like pixel art adventure game way back in the day.
So,
And it was the soundtrack by this band called Super Brothers.
mhm.
So this is kind of like a dungeon crawler.
So I'll tell you, and this is gonna be real shitty. I'll tell you why I don't like it. It's because the game's like, here I am, and that's it. It's like, all right, so now
Yeah.
what? And it's like, I don't know. I could not figure out what to do for the longest time. I had to look up a video, and it's like, oh, this tiny fucking patch of grass that's also 10 million miles away, because that's where the camera is. That's where you're supposed to walk to get to the next area. Oh, to get to the next area, you're also walking real slow. Everything about the game is Red Dead Redemption 2. It's fucking slow. And I guess I have ADHD, so
Yeah.
me.
Like, I'm going to check it out.
yes, please troll check it out, because I don't have the time or patience for this shit anymore, but you do. It's a beautiful game. The sound is incredible. It's like, I want to get into it, but it's not going to happen.
Yeah, because the same people did some stuff in Sound Shapes, which is a kind of like almost like 2D side-scrolling Little Big Planet.
Mm-hmm.
So like the Super Brothers made the music, and the Cappy Games guys made like the pixel art.
Right.
And it was like this cool like theme. That was the only other thing they've really done between Sword and Sorcery EP and this. So this game took forever.
I will tell you what game I got real into and I'm enjoying the shit out of. And that's Cat Quest.
Yeah, I saw that. I was like,
what?
So Cat Quest is like, isn't that the Stardew Valley thing? But it's like cats.
What? No.
No, there's one of those games where you like harvest cats.
Nope.
Okay.
What?
So like, well, there's Mineko's Night Market, which is coming out, which is
Yeah, hold up. Let's figure out what this harvesting cats game is.
Yeah, I'm more interested in that.
Well, like, are you like an abandoned cat in this game?
No.
Okay.
I'm curious to know what the hell you're thinking about.
Are you talking about Nico
Cat
Atsume?
Tails?
Cat Tails?
Yeah.
Cat Tails.
It's all spelled as one word. Cattails, like the plant. It's also a game on Switch, but it plays a lot like Harvest Moon, but you're
Really?
rescuing and raising cats.
I mean, this sounds interesting to me.
Yeah,
it's very positive on Steam. Oh, that's adorable. Okay, so no, this isn't it, but now I'm interested in that.
Okay.
No, Cat Quest is an RPG hack and slash game that's about as basic as it gets. The overworld, which you're just kind of walking on this big continent, rather than like you're walking on an overworld and you go down into a random battle, you're just fighting on this overworld. Just hack and slashing, using your fire spells, your lightning spells, all that type of stuff. Art looks great. The sound is great. I actually play the sound on this. And the whole game is just adorable. Like they just cat puns constantly. Cat puns.
You know what this kind of looks like to me?
That?
This looks like old MapleStory,
Okay.
but not in 2D, or not
Right.
side scrolling, which I'm okay with because I always enjoyed the way that looked.
Yeah, a little bit. But yeah, everything drops gold and XP. You can use the gold to buy new spells and re-roll your art. Not re-roll, but roll new armor. So like, there's a whole bunch of armor pieces in the game. You pay 50 gold, it increases the lit level a little bit. You have a chance to at least. You go to the arcane mages, they increase your spell power. And you just kind of run around and like kill shit and do side quests and become more powerful in order to fight the bosses. Like the first boss is a big fire dragon.
This does look pretty neat.
It's like $5 right now in the store. I got it for like
$1
because I had some credit. This Jesse Cox, who's actually on screen right now using his video, he talked about this game a lot a while back, and it's such a simple little cute game, and it's a lot of fun. The armor system's super simple. It's a armor piece, a headpiece, and a weapon. And so if you equip a bunch of mage stuff, your magic gets more powerful. You get pluses there.
Right. That's cool.
If you equip the tanky stuff, you're tankier. If you equip the ranger stuff, you have more health. If you equip the knight stuff, you have harder hitting attacks. That's it. Those are all the stats.
I'm actually interested in this.
Those spells you pay to level them up. They're more powerful. That's it. And then you just go around and you hack and slash shit. The game looks like it's gonna be pretty short. I have spent a lot of time because I'm doing all the quests because it's just fun.
Yeah.
I'm like level 30 or 30 to 40, and I think the cap is like 100.
So this is just there's no like party system or nothing.
No.
I don't mean multiplayer, but like almost
co-op?
like Final Fantasy. Not co-op, just
a party
team,
system,
like an NPC team. Yeah.
Nope, it's just you.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, there's just, if I could find some dialogue, it'd be great. Yeah, you take cat naps to save and get more health. You just go to a town and take a cat nap. Here we go. I just saw it. Where to go? The bosses in the game are these dragons. This is the second boss. So you have to somehow, I don't know how, but you have to get the ability to walk on water. And these dragons, they are super tough. Lots of different abilities. They hit super hard. You can see on the ground when that arrow blinks faster, that means the ability is about to land. When the circle fills up, that means they hit. So you can very easily dodge stuff. They telegraph everything entirely.
That's nice. I appreciate when games telegraph things.
Yeah, it's fun. It makes the dodging much more important. There is a Cat Quest 2 from the looks of it. It's coming out eventually. Pawing 2019.
Oh, so maybe we'll see that pretty soon then.
Yeah, I hope so. Yeah, like you have a little what's the name of the fairy in Legend of Zelda?
Navi.
The Great Fairy.
You have a little Navi, and like she calls
I
you.
see what you mean.
She calls you her partner, PAWTNER.
Oh God.
There's so many. I wish I could find some dialogue. Here's some dialogue. What? Oh, that's a spoiler. I don't know what's happening there.
Yeah, it's Goofy Cat stuff.
It is. There's a lot of Goofy Cat stuff. There is an interesting story. Like, I'm super interested to find out who the masters and shit are. I really hope that this is just like some little cat's imagination. That's what I'm hoping it's gonna be.
This does look like a really cool game.
Dude, it's like $4 or $5 right now on Switch.
Do they have a demo?
I don't know. I don't think so.
I'll have to look that up tonight.
I think it's you would play it enough. Like, it's well worth it.
Yeah.
It's a great little, like, when I go to the laundromat, this is what I play.
Right. This seems perfect for something like that.
Yeah, it's the perfect game for the Switch. So, highly, highly recommended. I'm excited for Cat Quest 2.
This just makes me sad they never made a game for Bananyan, which is the cat who's also a banana.
That sounds like some 30 years of weeb shit.
Yeah, it's modern age weeb shit. That's the reformation of weeb.
The what?
I was referring to classical painting. Like, that was some art geek weeb shit right there.
Oh, troll! I can't wait for the next week's podcast. So good. It's gonna be so bad.
But yeah,
go ahead.
I was gonna say, yeah, this looks cool, but yeah, I seriously thought you were talking about that Harvest Moon.
No, but review for that coming next week.
You're talking about that market game, right?
Yeah, Mineko's Market. Yeah, that looks just like super cool. They showed off some stuff for that at the Kind of Funny Game showcase, but
yeah, I'm into that.
That's still, apparently coming out very soon this year, or early 2019, hopefully. I want to check that out. Like, you harvest your little kitties and go sell them at night. So maybe you'll get your what was that Dungeon Keeper game you were playing? Moonlighter?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, maybe you'll get your Moonlighter fix.
Yeah, maybe. I would be okay with
kitties.
That. I'm even more okay with that. I love cats. I was surrounded in cats earlier. The best thing ever. Let's get into the news.
I thought that was the news.
Shut up when the news graphic is on. This is a professional.
There will be silence when the graphic is playing.
This is a professional podcast. God damn it.
That means we're allowed to do whatever we want. That's all.
A professional podcast? That's the opposite, bud.
No.
No.
He just didn't read the memo.
I guess not.
I don't know how to read.
I believe it. So Blizzard is downsizing the Heroes of the Storm team and cancels their esport plans. This is really disappointing. But at the same time, so I have two thoughts about this. And this is, by the way, via Eurogamer. There will be a link in the description if you want to read more. I have two thoughts about this because they're moving staff away from Heroes of the Storm, basically in maintenance mode, right?
Yeah, so they still have plans for future content to still come in, but not at the rate it had been happening, and they're not doing any other like larger productions outside of just keeping the game alive and moving along, just now at a much slower pace.
So there's a little bit of a silver lining here. If they get away from the esports thing and they release a bit sillier content, I think that would be a good thing for Heroes of the Storm. Because that has always been, it's the good thing about it. Like, it's always been the thing that separates it from Smite and League of Legends and Dota and shit, is the silliness of it. The two-headed troll. What's his name? Are their names even?
Yeah, I know who you're talking about. It's Warcraft nonsense.
Bob?
What? Sorry, what did you say?
Yeah, Warcraft expert. The two-headed troll in Heroes of the Storm and Warcraft.
Oh, Cho'Gall.
Yeah, Cho'Gall. That's the power of Heroes of the Storm, is silly shit like that, and that's what they should focus on. I don't know if they will now with a smaller team, but here's hoping.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see. I'm a little bit disappointed that they're getting
Oops, sorry, I lost you. What was that? That they're what? Uh-oh.
that Heroes of the Storm is a good game for esports, but
Can you repeat that, Bob? I lost you.
again,
Yeah.
I'm disappointed that they're getting away from esports.
Really? Because I think that's a good thing. Because that, like I said, means more silliness.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see how it goes. I'm uh I'm I'm kind of losing faith in Blizzard a little bit here lately, so
Yeah.
we'll see. Activision scares me.
Do you think it's all Activision?
I don't think it's all Activision, but I guarantee they have a hand in it.
Yeah.
Well, they have a new CEO running Blizzard,
Yeah,
and
exactly.
that's where a lot of the people's like skepticisms and concerns about the change are happening. Is
Yeah.
What direction are they really headed in?
This guy isn't one of the OGs who's been running the spot, since the beginning almost. This is a new guy unrelated to most of Blizzard,
Right.
most of their
before,
history.
you had Morheim who'd been there since the beginning, pretty much. I think,
Yeah.
right?
Pretty much all the previous executives of Blizzard had been guys from the beginning,
Right.
or the first like 5 years.
Yeah, real early on.
So the current CEO looks like it's J. Allen Brack.
Yeah, that sounds right.
So what did he do before?
He worked on the WoW team, I think.
Okay. So he is a Blizzard guy.
Oh yeah, he's a Blizzard guy.
He's not like some fuck from like the mobile space coming into.
No, he's not like
no.
Strauss Zelnick coming in for like he's the guy who runs 2K, or it's just this guy who's known for being a businessman coming in and doing businessman shit.
Okay. Yeah. Production director on World of Warcraft. Yeah. Started in 2006 in World of Warcraft. Blizzard, rather. Okay. Yeah, so, and then you do gotta wonder, like, how much of this stuff was set in motion from the CEO before.
That could be, too. I mean, I'm sure it's not one person's fault. I really wish they would have never partnered with Activision to begin with.
They merged with them, right?
Yeah, partner, however that went down.
Right, it wasn't like a complete buyout or anything. But yeah, I guess Activision was just so fucking big that
the irony of Activision is, how Activision started, right?
I know.
Not off
Tony Hawk and all that stuff. That was kind of my introduction to them, I think.
So Activision started way back in the day by actual game designers who wanted to get their credits put on the fucking box. So it started off as like the guys making the games, changing the industry to get credit, because previously nobody, got credit in a lot of games. So like a lot of the like the games creator would be mentioned usually as marketing. That's how like Sid Meier became a thing.
Right.
Because he was like the lead designer for Pirates and a few other games. But yeah, most of the people that actually did the code work, stuff like that, like the Atari era, like those were like single person games a lot. Like that ET game that people complained about, and they buried it out in the desert. That was one guy who had made a previous game that was very successful. So Activision were guys like from that era starting their own business to be able to, reward the talent and, get them notoriety.
Right.
And then just over the years of, business being business and the people coming in and running that ship, now like they become this like slightly worse than EA somehow, but not as openly talked about.
Yeah.
Yeah, like they're definitely rivaling EA for my least favorite company.
Yeah, it's too bad. We'll see. We'll see what happens with Diablo and what actually happens with Heroes of the Storm, and I just hope Heroes doesn't go anywhere because we need a silly space in the MOBA arena.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think Heroes is really going to go anywhere.
Yeah.
I have a feeling it'll almost go into not so much a stagnant state, but for lack of a better term, a stagnant state. And
well, it's always struggled to get people because it's like either you play League or you go big boy status and play Dota. Like,
Yeah.
well, that's the thing is Heroes of the Storm to me is a very niche game. So if you don't
Yeah.
like Blizzard games,
But
why are you going to bother to play Heroes of the Storm?
yeah, that's true.
You know what I mean? Like why would you abandon, let's say, League of Legends that you've been playing for the last 10 years
Because it's
to
toxic.
come
That's
play
why.
here to well, that aside, to come play
I got a
Heroes
great
of the
answer for
Storm
you.
with a bunch of characters that you don't care about.
Yeah. That's a very good point. But, well, I guess the only time will tell.
Yeah, we'll see. I'm interested to see how this whole Diablo Immortal thing plays out because I don't have a whole lot of faith for it.
yeah, because like Blizzard has like doubled down on Overwatch as far as competitive play goes.
Yeah.
Because like
They've
the
done
franchise
fantastic
fees,
with Overwatch.
dude, the franchise fees to buy into the Overwatch League are like $20 million. I want to say.
Yeah.
Holy shit,
It's
really?
it's a big deal. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's to have a team in it?
To
Right.
buy in to have a team and be a franchise team.
Jesus.
Yep.
Like
Yeah.
it's like $10 to $20 million depending on different agreements.
I think it's 20.
I think it's a flat 20 now.
How
Yeah,
much is it for an NFL team?
almost $1 billion depending on the franchise. Like that's a whole nother level.
Yeah.
We ain't there yet.
Oh my god.
Like this is still even cheaper than a lot of like AAA. Like
that, dude. That's on like a money level I will never. Hopefully, I'll understand someday. But yeah, that's some other shit. That is some next level bullshit.
yeah, because you got to think of like Heroes of the Storm. Like no one ever really talked about it except for the people that played Heroes of the Storm.
But at the same time, a lot of those guys who were playing League and Dota and Smite, when they would play those games for hours, and they'd be like, "All right, guys, we're gonna play some Heroes of the Storm." Like that, it almost always happened. All those streamers played Heroes.
Yeah, but then you got to think like League of Legends spends like $28 million making a K-pop idol video about their video game characters to sell skins.
That's true. And Heroes is actually giving away a shitload of heroes.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And I don't know if the other games do, but they also give away heroes in their loot crates or whatever you want to call them.
Well, League has always had like that rotation.
Yeah, Heroes is they all do.
Yeah. But I think they're stingy at handing it out.
So, yeah, only time will tell. And boys, we are out of time for this podcast. So, I think this is a good one.
Yeah.
So, Fates and Beowulf again are not here. They're here in spirit. I just royally fucked up. Next week is going to be a good one.
They're force ghosts, like watching us from the distance.
So next
it's
week,
like, hey guys, I'm in the bathroom.
Right. Next week, I'm just gonna say I think it's TrollBeard's gonna be running it. So Troll, will get your shit together. I'm telling you right now, you're being put on notice in front of literally ones of viewers. So, but Bob's here, and he might remember it.
I'll remember.
We'll see. You know, I just this is random. We really gotta go. I just realized there's 2 of you bearded fucks on here.
This could be the future beard